The story of EcoKaari, where hope is crafted from plastic waste. Imagine, a child finishes a packet of chips and throws the wrapper on the side of the road. Their hunger is satisfied for a few seconds, but that shiny packet continues to prick nature for years through soil, drains and rivers. Now the fear is that bottles and boxes are picked up by scrap dealers, but soft plastic wrappers like biscuit, chips and shampoo sachets are often left behind as useless. This waste slowly becomes a problem for landfills, water and air. But the curiosity is, if the same thrown-away wrapper reaches a woman's hands and turns into a bag, wallet, planter or table runner, then can waste truly turn into a livelihood? Pune's EcoKaari answers this very question. The problem of plastic waste in India is huge. Different reports give different figures, but the point is clear that plastic packaging has entered our daily lives so deeply that every home has become a source of it. We squeeze a tube of toothpaste in the morning, open a biscuit packet, eat chips, bring groceries, open online parcels, and by the time the day ends, small plastic pieces accumulate around us. Hard plastic has some value, so bottles, cans and containers go into the recycling chain. But the story of multi-layered wrappers is different. Their commercial value is low, so people have less interest in picking them up. This is where the need for EcoKaari is understood. This organization does not just do the work of picking up plastic, but turns that plastic into something that people can proudly use. EcoKaari itself means eco-friendly craftsmanship. This name joins two worlds within itself, environment and artisan skill, meaning the care for nature and the hard work of human hands together. At the center of this story is Nandan Bhat. After doing engineering and an MBA, he worked in the corporate world for many years. Stable job, professional growth, and a comfortable life. He had everything, but one question kept arising within him. The CSR sector and field exposure showed him that plastic waste is not just an issue of cleanliness. It is also linked to dignity, livelihood, and consumer responsibility. During treks and travel, he was shocked to see plastic spread on mountains and paths. Wrappers lying amidst the beauty of nature felt like a silent warning. He realized that people come to tourist places, enjoy themselves, and leave plastic behind. Bottles are sometimes picked up, but packets and wrappers remain lying there. This observation stayed in his mind as an idea. If some value is created for soft plastic, people will start seeing it not as waste, but as a resource. After spending 16 years in corporate life, Nandan Bhat chose the path of social entrepreneurship. First, Arohana Eco-Social was started, and later, EcoKaari created an identity for making handcrafted fabric from waste. But the idea was easy to say, making the craft was difficult. Turning plastic into fabric was no computer presentation. It needed hands, patience, and a real understanding of weaving. Nandan decided to learn weaving himself. At a blind school in Pune, he understood the basics of the loom and charkha. This step shows that he was not just a founder, but also a learner. The first way to give respect to any craft is to learn it by hand. Until one understands how the thread moves, how the pattern is formed, and how the fabric holds together, the artisan model remains just an idea. EcoKaari connected the traditional charkha and handloom to the modern waste problem. This combination was different, because here, it was not machine-heavy recycling, but slow and human-centered upcycling. First of all, plastic waste is collected. Different sources like household donations, NGO networks, and corporate waste streams help in this. Partnerships with organizations working with waste pickers in Pune strengthen the collection at the ground level. Due to this, even that plastic started coming into the system which was generally considered valueless. After the plastic arrives, its journey begins. First, it is cleaned, sanitized, and then dried in the sun. This step is necessary because waste cannot directly become fabric. After this, plastic is sorted according to color, thickness, and type. The better the sorting, the neater and more usable the final product will be. Then the plastic is cut into long strips with scissors. Imagine, the wrapper that looked like trash until now is now preparing to become thread. These strips are converted into fabric through a charkha and handloom process. This work is not like a fast factory line, but demands patience and precision. It can take quite a bit of time to make one fabric. Handling every strip, weaving it and turning it into a pattern is the work of artisan skill. This is the reason why an EcoKaari product is not just a recycled item, but also a handcrafted item. The material in it is of waste, but the value comes from the hard work of the hands. When the fabric is ready, the design team turns it into bags, wallets, planters, table runners, laundry bags and accessories. This transformation might look simple, but from a business angle it is a very big idea, because the plastic that had no market value now becomes a usable lifestyle product. EcoKaari's greatest strength is its artisans, especially women. This model creates livelihood along with the environment. Many women who were previously limited to their homes or were far from income opportunities came onto the path of earning by learning weaving and stitching. Skill training doesn't just bring money, it also brings confidence. When a woman makes a product with her own hands and it reaches customers in cities, her identity changes. EcoKaari gave training to women artisans in different places. Stories from centers like Bellary, Pune and Kolkata show that a waste-to-product model can build local livelihood. Working with many women's self-help groups, SHGs, helped this model reach the community. The SHG structure gives women collective support, discipline, and financial access. When a woman starts earning a monthly income of up to 8,000 rupees or 15,000 rupees, it doesn't just affect her purse. It also affects her voice in the home, children's education, and health decisions. This is the human side of EcoKaari. It doesn't just talk about plastic pollution. It shows that an environmental solution lasts only when it improves people's lives. Corporate partnerships also gave scale to EcoKaari's model. Taking pre-consumer plastic waste from organizations like ITC and turning it into useful products is a practical example of a circular economy. If plastic coming out of a factory reaches an artisan's handloom instead of going to a landfill, the direction of the waste chain changes. When tote bags, lunch bags, and pouches made from such plastic go to schools or events, the message also travels along with the product. This message is simple. Eliminating waste is not just the government's job. Consumers, companies, artisans, and the community all have a role. EcoKaari's products reach customers through exhibitions and the website. Their buyers are often those people who don't just buy a bag, but also its story. Awareness regarding sustainable products is increasing among today's urban customers. But converting awareness into a purchase is not easy. Many people say eco-friendly, but they make decisions based on price and design during shopping. EcoKaari has to make the product beautiful, durable, and practical as well. This challenge makes this business interesting. If a product is only ethical but not useful, then repeat purchase is difficult. EcoKaari understood this very gap. It did not make waste a sympathy product, but tried to make it a fashion and utility product. The biggest test for any upcycled product is that the consumer should buy it by choice, not out of compulsion. When a customer says the bag is good, and the story is also good, then the model feels successful. EcoKaari's presence was also seen in the fashion world. Collaborations with designers and public figures took this material to the ramp and the screen. When fabric made from waste gets a place on a fashion platform, people's thinking changes. They understand that sustainability doesn't have to be dull or boring, it can be creative too. But this path was not easy. Plastic waste collection is one of the most difficult steps. Plastic coming from homes is many times mixed with food waste, moisture, and dust. Therefore, a lot of hard work goes into cleaning and sorting. This unseen labor remains hidden in the final cost and quality of the product. The second challenge is scale. The handloom process is beautiful but slow. Competing with the speed of fast fashion is not easy. But EcoKaari's purpose is not fast production but meaningful production. Here the story of time, handwork and waste diversion is attached to every product. The third challenge is consumer education. Every buyer has to be explained what an upcycled plastic product is, how it is made, and why its value is different from a normal mass-produced bag. Without this education, the customer will only compare the price. With education, they will also see the impact. EcoKaari's model is a practical story of a circular economy. A circular economy means that things do not become trash after being used, but return to a new use. If a biscuit packet goes to a landfill at the end of its life, the chain is linear. If the same packet turns into fabric and changes into a bag, the chain starts becoming circular. In a country like India, a circular economy is not just an environmental idea, but also an employment opportunity. Waste sorting, processing, design, stitching, selling, every step can create a livelihood. But a circular economy will only work when segregation happens at the source. If we do not separate dry and wet waste at home, upcycling will become difficult. EcoKaari's story also reminds us of our responsibility at home. Cleaning and storing a wrapper before throwing it away seems like a small task, but this is what changes the quality of the raw material. Many households collect plastic and donate it to initiatives like EcoKaari. This habit shows that becoming a responsible consumer is not difficult, it just takes intention. Efforts are also made to utilize the leftover waste that remains from production. In some cases, such waste is converted into fuel by organizations through processes like pyrolysis. From this, one learns that sustainability is not a single step, but an entire system. When a product is made from a waste stream and leftover waste is also responsibly managed, only then the impact becomes deep. In EcoKaari's story, environment and women empowerment go hand in hand. This combination makes it different from a normal recycling unit. If only plastic were processed, it would be a technical solution. If there were only women's training, it would be a livelihood project. Both together make it a social enterprise. A social enterprise does not mean charity. It means creating social impact with business discipline. EcoKaari sells products, gives income to artisans, makes waste a resource, and gives customers a conscious choice. From this model, we should also understand that the waste picker and artisan economy must be respected. The hands that contribute to keeping cities clean often remain invisible. When value is created from waste, the dignity of the people involved in that chain should also increase. EcoKaari tries to bring this dignity to the center. Think about the journey of a discarded wrapper. First it was in the dustbin, then it came to the sorting table, then it became a strip, then it went on the charkha, then it became fabric on the loom, then it reached a customer's shoulder as a bag. This is not just material transformation but meaning transformation. The trash had lost its identity. The artisan gave it a new identity. This is the story that catches the audience because it starts with an everyday thing. We all use plastic, so we are all a part of this story. If we throw wrappers in a careless way, then we are part of the problem. If we reduce waste, segregate it, and support responsible brands, then we can become part of the solution. Initiatives like EcoKaari take us out of guilt and toward action. They say the problem is very big, but the beginning can be made even with a small package.
This video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.